any of these spells because this is where the unforgivable spells are slotted. Abracadabra, Crucio, and Imperio. Then we have a set of light green spells, and it seems that all of these are actually associated with different actions we're going to be taking in the Room of the Fire. We have one here with a cup, one with 2 arrows, and one that looks like some sort of cloud or pellet, possibly Evanesco, maybe it's a an object. Speaking of Wingardium Leviosa, maybe that's the arrow spell. You kind of like move objects around. I don't know, the icon doesn't really fit with Wingardium Leviosa. And then we have the cup, which I've seen some speculation could be a way to feed or give water to the animals, or maybe it's a conjuring type of icon instead, and so it's transforming the cup into something else. We actually got our best look at these in the second gameplay showcase, during the final section where they really go into detail on the Room of Requirement and everything we'll be able to do there. Then we have the light blue section of spells, which is not how to name these. I'm going to call them utility spells because the only one we know about here is Lumos. So not really a combat spell. We've actually seen Lumos used in the previous games to do some puzzle solving and to reveal certain locations. Of course, in the books we know this is basically like a flashlight for wizards. Very handy to always have on you. So we have 3 of those spells that we don't know about. And then we have 3 more that are kind of a darker blue color. And it appears that these 3 are also all related to fantastic beasts. One for cleaning and taming, we see a little brush here. This one is most likely feeding. And then we have a bag here, which could be used for tackling creatures or rescuing the creatures, depending on what type of wizard you want to be at that. Now, you know that there are a couple of confirmed spells that I did not mention in the slottable category. That's because there's an additional set of spells that they're referring to as essential spells. These are spells that are going to be important. You have quick access to the use these at any given time. And these are actually met other buttons on the control. So these are not triggered by R2. For example, we have Let on the D-pad, which is simply for Velio, R1 for a Pugno, and the Ancient Magic Throw, apparently. Looks like that one could change, maybe due to a lore reason. And then another one we know about is the Pagan, which is the Shield Charm, which is going to be used by pressing triangle on the PlayStation controller, which is Y for Xbox controller. Now, another spell and it only appears here in this contextual situation, looking around and sticking behind this guy in the square or with this totality. One of the game's biggest mysteries continues to be the ancient magic and how characters connect to it. Very powerful magic with a packaging of understand what rituals as you change combo attacks against enemies and select the blue magic.
No happy customer.
Alright, you'll power up your ancient magic needed. Once it reaches the halfway point, you'll be able to trigger an incredibly powerful attack using L1 and R1. In the showcase, we see this manifest itself in 3 different attacks. One that has this sort of exploding effect, and then another one that's just completely making things disappear, sort of black smoke effect. And then one is actually I do feel like it's an announcement tells you it's most likely Jake is the possibility of maybe taking himself. I think that Jake is the most likely candidate. However, I will caution those to say that it is very possible things could have changed. Really they also gave an incredible break of the open world, and I have a video of all of that down already here on YouTube. I'll link it here on the right side of your screen, so check that one out next. You guys are looking for more Hogwarts Legacy content from now, leading all the way up to launch. Of course, after launch as well. Make sure to hit the subscribe button before you go. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, you ready for this? I've been letting this shit speak to me, and I think I got it. We could be the next food delivery service, but for head medicine. All you have to do is cruise by on a bike and throw the drops right at the customer's front door. You'll be like totally under the radar.
those of you who don't know, we did this everyone with some Harry Potter Goblet of Fire. One of the worst of the Harry Potter video games. It's so interesting a little bit. But now it's just makes it difficult to have to feel that all of my... Hopefully the audio sounds okay. Welcome everyone. Hello and welcome. Good evening. I'm not sure anything a little bit. Member of House Second as well, welcome. Christian Label, Christian Friend, says to be here. Please, House Second here. Welcome back. We got Jesse, we got Joel, we got Jason, Jaden Fire, all of the South Secretary right there. Taylor, your game, welcome. Chris Self-Talk, welcome back, Chris. How's it going? Chris is here tonight. Chris D. Hope everything is well with the news. This is the time to move for a while.
I was worried you might collapse from exhaustion, but you're like indestructible or something. Go take a nap. I got some of Lab Rat's super benzos if you need them.
I thought I asked for you to...
dive right into discussion. I had a feeling people were itching to talk about this one. James said people had already been talking about this video on his Discord, and I put out the tweet, or actually I just put up the video and started getting some comments right away from people like, "What? Are you kidding me with this title?" Like, calm down, calm down, calm down.
Of the
It's a
motorcycle
question.
club.
It's a question. All right, so Ryan said it's hard enough living a balanced enough life. I could watch you and James play instead of playing it myself and be entertained enough to be happy. Dustin, we've seen so much from the showcase and post. I feel it's been a lot better than the CD Projekt Red did leading up to Cyberpunk. Simeon says, no game will beat God of War Ragnarok for me. The community is a bright spot. Yeah, see, guys, that's all perspectives are welcome. I really am so anxious and curious to hear what you guys think about this. Mainly because
defend yourself against DDoS attacks by hiding your true IP address with ExpressVPN. And visit my custom link, expressvpn.com/GameMaster in the description to find out how you can get an extra 3 months free. We've talked about the Acid Lab truck itself, the various vehicles in the update, the weapons. I think it's about time we now discuss the actual business aspect of it. I know some people say I'm pretty late in covering the business, but I really just wanted to give myself some time to use it for a couple of weeks to get a good feel of how it flows in the natural grind of the game, and if it has any staying power as a long-term business. And after my few weeks of playing with it, I can confidently say that the Acid Lab is one of the best passive businesses in the entire game. I would even venture to say by a good margin, too. I'm going to show you why that is. Now, I already discussed how to get the business up and running in my very first video on the update, but as a quick summary, you just need to complete the main story missions of the update, first dose, and then you must do the 3 supply missions around the map, and that lets you install the Acid Lab. However, I would highly suggest you do not touch this business until you have the equipment upgrade for it, because there is a very big difference in the profits and time it takes to produce said profits between having the upgrade and not having it. The information here that I'm about to reference comes from TezBuns2. As always, I will have a link to his Twitter down in the description. In this chart here, I've included the most important data that you need to know about this business, comparing it with and without the equipment upgrade. Right off the bat, that equipment upgrade is going to increase the value of your stock from a max payout of $237,600 to $335,200, but it also decreases the amount of time it's going to take you to max out your stock value from 6 hours to 4 hours, and that's including the boosted time. And if you don't know what the boosted time means, inside the Acid Lab, once per day you can accelerate the production speed of your acid, and how it works is it will go on to speed up the production of 80 units of supplies, so it's not a time-based thing, which means if you are maxed out on stock, for example, and you activate the boost, it's not just going to waste it, it's going to last until you go and sell the stock you have now, and then start producing again up until it makes 80 units, after which it goes back to the normal speed. And to be clear, this is once per real-life day, not per in-game day. It resets the same time the daily objectives reset each day. The biggest difference here is in the supplies cost, which eats very heavily into your overall profit if you do not have the upgrade. Yeah, you could run resupply missions instead, but for every single passive business in the game, the way to go about it is you buy supplies and then do other things in the meantime to get that money back instead of doing the supply runs, because the supply runs are usually more annoying and give less value to you as a player as compared to buying and running a pay-for hit in the meantime, for instance. Without the upgrade, it would cost you $192,000 to buy your way for a full set of assets to sell, which means you're only going to be ahead $45,000, an absolute abhorrent amount for a business. With the upgrade, things look much, much better as it only costs $96,000 to max out the stock by buying supplies, leaving you with a max profit of $239,200 for the business. And these also do not include the high demand bonuses. I'll be talking about that a little bit later. But to conclude this segment, do not, I repeat, do not partake in this business until you get that equipment upgrade. It is just not worth it to do so. The real downside of this business is the time it takes to unlock that equipment upgrade, though. You have to complete 10 of the Dax Hooligan missions that you can request by phoning them up, which are kind of a pain in the ass. Especially the Crop Duster one. If you get that one, I suggest just finding a new session and retrying, because that one takes a very long time to complete compared to the others. The missions themselves aren't really that bad, aside from the Crop Duster one, of course. It's just the wait time in between each mission is what's kind of bad. You have to wait 45 minutes, basically a full in-game day, before you can start another one up. And there's no way to skip the cooldown as far as I know, which means at minimum you will have a combined wait time of about 6 hours and 45 minutes in real life time, counting the 45 minutes for 9 of the missions, because there of course is no cooldown in the first one, you can do that in the right way. And that's only the wait time, not including the time it takes you to actually do the missions themselves. So you're more so looking at like 8 or 9 hours of both waiting and gameplay time before you can even make the business worthwhile. The good news though is that once you do get that equipment upgrade, you now have the best passive business in the game in my opinion. One of the major perks about the Acid Lab business is that you can buy supplies and check the production progress by simply calling Mutt. Just make sure to have your Acid Lab spawned in before doing so, and also be registered as the CEO or MC President, and you can buy supplies and check the progress from anywhere on the map. No having to travel to an individual business in the middle of nowhere to access a little laptop to buy supplies. No, you just buy them whenever you want, wherever you want. And you will have to do this at least twice, because you can only buy 60k of supplies at a time, and as we saw in the chart, it takes $96,000 worth of supplies to max out your stock if you do have that upgrade. So that's one huge thing the Acid Lab has that no other business has. However, it's also a completely mobile business, which means you can start or sell missions from anywhere you want on the map. If you want to start or sell a mission on Mount Chiliad for some reason, you can do that. You just bring your Acid Lab up to Mount Chiliad. Or you can just call it in whenever you want to sell, and it will spawn at the nearest point, and then you can just start it up from there. It is super convenient. The sell missions are also entirely solo-friendly. No matter how much stock you have, you will be given just your delivery bike to use. And this is the case for every sell mission. If you have multiple people in your organization when you go to sell, they will also get bikes, but the important part is, doing the sales solo works out just fine. You will never have more than one vehicle if you do it solo. And none of the sell missions are that bad in my opinion either. Because of this, you are always utilizing the fast Manchester Scout C, so you don't have to worry about having to drive some slow-ass vehicle across the map like a Foxville. I've only come across, I believe, 3 different sell missions so far. The one on top of the parking garage with the police setup. For this one, you don't actually have to get off your bike and stash loot in the trunk of the vehicle. If you know that this is the mission you got, just shoot at one of the cop cars or one of the cops and you'll immediately get SARS, and that way you can save yourself some time by not having to get off the bike. Another sell mission has you stashing the loot in a choice of 3 different spots in about 5 or so different circles. And this one also has cops spawned in at certain places watching undercover. And what you want to do for this one is pick the spot where the cop will not have a line of sight to you. That is how you avoid them seeing you. And my personal favorite sell mission is the one where you are throwing newspapers into the baskets. I just thought that was an interesting mechanic for a sell mission, and it works great with the way that the bikes work in the game. And because these sell missions are solo-friendly, I actually recommend doing these in public sessions just to get that high-demand bonus. Because if you do an Acid Lab sale in a lobby with at least 25 other players, that's going to be enough to earn yourself the max bonus for high demand, which is 50% more. It's 2% per player with a max cap of 50%. So it's... Instead of getting 335,200 on your sell mission, you will get 502,800, assuming you have an upgraded lab, of course. So almost an extra 200,000 just for being in a lobby with other players while doing the sell mission. Now, there is one caveat to this, and that is that it seems the sell mission bike can be locked onto by homing missiles, so if a Deluxo or any vehicle that has top-tier tracking rockets is anywhere in lockdown range to you and decides to fire, you're going to die because there's really not much you can do to defend against that, especially if they decide to spam them. They're undodgeable. The bike is somewhat armored, so it can take about 4 rockets before it completely blows up, but just the fact that a cell-motion vehicle can be locked onto with missiles, I really am not a fan of. Plus, you're dead after just getting hit by one, so armor really doesn't help that much in this situation. I do hope they change this in the future. I personally think it would be neat to have a lock-on jammer on the Manchester Scout C delivery bike as an upgrade for both the cell mission and regular play when you do call it in. That would make the bike a first to have a lock-on jammer and also just increase the viability of it so much, as well as fix the issue with the cell missions of it being able to get locked onto. It also seems like when the cargo is destroyed, even dashboarding doesn't save it. I've heard this from a few different people. I'm not sure if they didn't dashboard fast enough, or maybe Rockstar finally caught on to the method of saving the cargo by dashboarding after it gets blown up. If you dashboard when the cargo isn't destroyed, and however still keeps it at the same level we had before we started the sale, so I guess the play now is to just leave when you feel it's about to be destroyed, or if you do get attacked and killed, just leave right away. I think the best way to run the acid lab is to take advantage of the other types of income to offset the costs of the supplies for the acid business. If you have a max popularity nightclub, you will generate $50,000 per in-game day. And if you then have a maxed out agency for passive income, that's another $20,000 on top of that. Plus the $5K from the arcade, that's $75,000 every 48 minutes, which more than covers the cost of buying supplies for the acid lab at $60,000. It's a perfect combo to take advantage of. If you don't have access to that passive income, I think the best way to do it is still to just do a payphone hit every 20 minutes, because that'll give you $85K, which again more than covers the cost of buying one batch of supplies for the acid lab. Anyways, that is everything you need to know about how to use the acid lab to the maximum efficiency. If you have any tips of your own that I didn't mention in this video, feel free to comment them down below. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like, as well as subscribe to our channel for more detailed lab content. Up until the 24th of August, the MC Biker contracts are paying out triple money. And in this video, I'll be showing you how you can earn at least $110,000 every 6 minutes. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you set your spawn location as your MC clubhouse. You now want to get the mission called Life and Death Bikes. If you do not have this mission available in your clubhouse, simply load into a new lobby until you do. Now start the mission. more people.
Move back!
Then hit these buttons until you find the one that triggers the elevator. Kill some more people, and then escape on a death bike. You'll be followed by a few enemies. I believe that locations for these are dependent on where your clubhouse is. Mine is in a city, and each time I've done this mission, it's been in one of two secret locations. Depending on where the mansion is you raided will depend on your next location. When you arrive at your destination, you have to obviously kill some more people. And blow up the surrounding vehicles. You'll then get a phone call from Mount, where you can choose to either deliver the bike or not.
You done? Guess the bike is yours to play with. Perks of the job. If you want, you can just bring it back to the club. She'll be able to get a little stuff for that. What you think?
Choose to deliver the bike in order to get the payout.
Cool. Now get it back and let's get this money.
You then just have to deliver it back to your clubhouse. On my very first playthrough, I made $115,500, and it took me about 7 minutes.
Okay, I don't care how, but you did it, Joe. The funds are on the way.
The game will now give you a cooldown, and you won't be able to choose the same mission again from your board until you have completed the next two it gives you. So as soon as you have completed the mission, simply load into a new lobby. This will reset your jobs board. Voila! Life and death bike. Each time you complete the job from now on, just load into a new lobby. Having done this a few more times, I can now do it so quickly that I'm still on the cooldown from getting my oppressor. This one here took just 3 minutes and 40 seconds to complete.
Wish I could have rolled with you on this one. Don't do nothing stupid with that bike, though, alright? If you bring it back to the clubhouse, I don't doubt you'll be able to get a little stuff for that. Could be nice money for you. How about that?
On average, you should be able to complete the job and load into a new session within 5 to 6 minutes. The payouts are dependent on how quickly they are completed, so if you're good at it, you get paid less. But you're looking at over $1 million every hour. These are a fun way to make some quick and easy cash this week, so why don't you go and give it a go? If you found this video useful, please drop it a like, maybe consider subscribing for more. I'm Beats Down, and see you in the next one.
Obedience employment forecast for teachers isn't encouraging, but as you'll see in our next...
MC Clubhouse contracts are nerds. From this summer till now, we had a double payout on these contracts to make the missions more attractive doing them. But just as we got used to the double payments, they stopped with that. On average, you were left with almost a ton if you had played 2 missions, and now you get sometimes only $15,000, while you have spent that amount of ammo. There are still a lot of fun to do, especially the jailbreak contract. This is also the most easy one of all. You fly to the prison bus, shoot the guards, and drive it to the other side of the map to the choppers. On the way, you don't have to worry about the police. The prisoners have guns and shoots at them, and once you drop them, they will fly away with helicopters. But because you already got your payment before they take off, you can do whatever you want with them.
Hey, I'm gonna chalk that one down as a win. That's good work for your club.
I am now showing the complete jailbreak contract mission. If it is not between the contracts, go to a new session and they will change. Thanks for watching and good luck.
Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? Professional here. Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? Professional here. So today I wanted to make a quick video on GTA Online talking about something that I almost see no one else talk about. I'm sure some other people have talked about it, but it's very rare that I've seen anyone talk about this. And also guys, I'm working on a few money guides right now. I'm working on a Hangar Ultimate guide since, it's been buffed. And I'm working on a new Cayo Perico updated 2023 guide. And I have my, Brad, Trevor, and Michael War video coming out. So there's a lot of projects that are coming out, so if you're not seeing videos pop up, just know that I'm working on a lot of these projects. I'm doing Saboteur at the same time, but I will have a lot of these projects out as soon as possible. Within the week, you'll see some of these guides coming up, actually. But anyways, let me talk about this video here. So, in this video, I wanted to talk about the MC contracts. So the MC contracts have gotten nerfed. Now, you're probably wondering, what have they done to them? The pay. The pay's been essentially cut in half, 50% of what it was previously. Now, what happened was, with the Criminal Enterprises DLC that we had actually gotten back in July, the MC contracts are actually buffed. And I thought that was actually like one of the best things they've ever done. And so you guys can see this is gameplay from back in July, August, when I was doing the new MC contracts. And so all of the MC contracts have gotten, buff and pay, but we had a few new contracts. We had this one, the one where you get the oppressor from the crate, and then we had the other one in which you get the arena war spike at the end. But anyways, you guys can see here at the end that I got $54,000. That's how much I got for this mission. Make sure that you guys remember that number, $54,000. And this notification here, you don't see the notification come up. So Social Club. For a limited time, bikers, executives, gunners, and nightclub owners get 2 times payout for biker, club challenges, club work, clubhouse, contracts, etc. Now, this made me really happy, and I thought that this was actually going to be permanent. I guess I was kind of naive to think they were going to get rid of it. To be fair, it does say limited time, but the thing is, though, it's limited time. What does that mean exactly? The MC contracts have been doubled for almost half a year. Literally for half a year. And I was really hoping that they would stay that way. And MC contracts are some of the missions that you rarely see people do.
So I think this is a massive mistake. I think it was a step in the right direction when they increased, Smuggler's Run payouts by triple. But why did you cut the MC payouts to what they were? They were cut to what they were previously before the summer update. But when the MC contracts were doubled for half a year, you had so many more people doing them. Because in the past, I would never see anybody doing MC contracts. I'd see 30-player lobbies. I'd see people doing client jobs. I'd see people doing headhunter. I'd see people doing sightseer. I'd even see people doing executive search. But I almost never saw anybody doing MC contracts. One of the reasons that people didn't do MC contracts was because a lot of the MC contracts you got paid when you actually had multiple people in your MC. So when you had more people in your MC, like there's one where you actually have to take out multiple targets. If you get 8 people in your MC, you have 8 targets. And the more people on certain missions, you get more money. There's another one where you have to actually drive clients to a destination on motorcycles, and you're actually going to have multiple clients to pick up if you have 8 people. So some of the MC contracts do pay out more depending on if you have more people. So that's precisely the reason why a lot of people didn't do them. And they also didn't pay that well. You also have to go back to the clubhouse to start them where the CEO, you could just start it right from the menu, and the client counts in a terabyte, you could just spawn the terabyte. But now, these being hacked, you're going to see a lot less people doing this. So I just personally want to just make a quick video just addressing that, because I love MC contracts. I like doing them, and it's one of the things where you're encouraged to play as an MC, to do MC contracts, because MCs I only see them doing really MC businesses, like the passive businesses. That's where I see people doing. But with the CEOs, there's so much more. Like people do CEOs for selling bunker, selling nightclub instead of MC because they use ghost organizations. They're in CEOs because their associates get paid. Every 15 minutes, your associates get paid in the CEO. Bikers don't really have that many luxuries the CEO does. They do have 4 extra people, to be fair, but they don't have many luxuries other than the MC businesses. And so this, I think, was pretty disappointing. But anyways, let me show you guys the payouts here. Enough of me talking about that. So remember, you guys saw it was at $54,000, right? Well, now you take a look at this. Completed the exact same contract here, delivered, driving away here, had an embarrassing fail, just crashing the bike and dying. But you guys see, it was passed, and then you guys see $27,000. So instead of $54,000, you got $27,500. Now, come on, man, really? But now let's take a look at this. So this is the other MC contract, and a lot of these MC contracts I did enjoy them. So this is the other MC contract. This one here, basically you go into like a house, kill a bunch of guys, you find the Arena Wars bike, you kill a bunch of enemies with it, and then you can either deliver the bike to the clubhouse or get rid of it. If you deliver it, you actually get a little bit more money. Now, here's what you get: $74,000. Really good payout for that mission, right? Well, let's take a look now. Now doing the exact same mission, delivering it back to my clubhouse, what do I get? $38,000. Come on, really? So I know that we have had a message that said it was for a limited time, but I'm not like angry, guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm not angry. I'm just more disappointed because I really did like doing MC contracts, and I know some people are going to say in the comments, why do you care? You have over $1 billion. The other gameplay that you see, that was my new character that was on PS5. Now I have my my PS4 character that transferred to PS5. That's why there's a big money difference. But anyways, I know some people are going to say you have over $1 billion, so why do you care? The reason that I care is because it encourages more people to do it. I do these missions for fun, and I'll still do them for fun, don't get me wrong, but you're going to see a lot less people doing this. So a lot less people are going to be enthusiastic of doing MC contracts. If I want to form a full MC to play with my friends, like, hey, you guys want to do MC contracts? They might not be as willing to play MC contracts, and I don't blame them because the pay's been cut in half. So I personally think the MC contract should have stayed permanently doubled because they were good with what they were. More people did them, and it was much more worth it. But now them being halved, and the fact that you got to go back to the clubhouse each time to start them, and you can only pick from 3 that are on the board, a lot less people are going to do them. So I personally think it's a mistake. This is probably not going to change anything, but I wanted to give people a heads up on that because I almost saw nobody talking about that the MC contracts have been nerfed. Now I know the CEO missions were buffed for some time as well. It wasn't just the MC contracts, but I personally think the MC contracts are the ones that really deserve the buff. They really did. Because not a lot of people do them, and you got to go to the clubhouse each time you start it. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think they should have cut it, or do you think they should have just kept it? Because limited time, I thought they were going to cut it any week, but they kept it instead for half a year, and I thought it was going to stay permanent, but unfortunately it didn't. So I'll have more guides coming up, but I just wanted to get this video out really quickly. I'll just step it to a
my beginner money guide for the biker businesses in GTA Online, where I'll be showing you how to maximise your earnings through the various MC content that was recently updated as a part of the Criminal Enterprises DLC. In order to get started, you'll need to hit up the internet and go over to Maze Bank Foreclosures, where you'll want to select clubhouses in the top right-hand corner. There's a variety of locations available, each with corresponding businesses that you can buy in the local area that surrounds it. So whether you buy down here in the Vinewood area or come up to the Grand Sonora region, it doesn't really matter too much. All it really dictates is where you'll end up purchasing your businesses. Overall, my preferred location is Grand Sonora, where I am at the moment. The clubhouse and nearby businesses are a little bit cheaper, and it's still pretty central, especially considering that all of the available bunkers and facilities are out in this general location as well. The only thing I'd advise though is don't buy anything in the Toledo Bay region. While the prices come down a bit further, it's really not worth it. The travel time for literally every mission associated with it is torturous, and you'll only end up wanting to swap locations later when you inevitably get sick of it. In terms of upgrades, you don't really need much at this stage. The only thing worth considering is the custom bike shop. Not only does it give you a personal mod shop for all of the motorbikes in your clubhouse, but it also gives you access to bike deliveries that we'll be having a look at in a minute. Once that's done and dusted, you'll want to make your way over to your new clubhouse and head inside. Now, in terms of making money from this place, your big ticket items are going to be associated with the illicit businesses that you can buy separately, but that can unfortunately be quite expensive. However, thanks to the latest update, your clubhouse now gives you a variety of ways to make money without having to spend anything extra. The first thing we'll have a look at is the bike deliveries that I mentioned earlier that requires you to have the custom bike shop add-on for your clubhouse. Depending on RNG, they will spawn inside the garage once every 30 to 60 real-life minutes, and you'll be notified once one becomes available. It's a super easy process. You just need to match up the mods with the client's requests inside the garage, and when it's ready, you'll just need to pay $10,000 for the upgrades, but don't worry, we'll be making that back and then some. Then it's just a simple matter of dropping off the vehicle at the destination with as little damage as possible, and bam, you'll get yourself an easy 50k. If, however, you can't afford the bike shop add-on or you don't want it, you can still make some money without having to buy the extra businesses. If you go back to your clubhouse and into the meeting room, you'll see these MC contracts up on the wall. The pay is a little bit mediocre, but requires no additional investment, so they're not too bad. Or alternatively, you could also consider doing a bar resupply mission by interacting with the bartender over in the corner. The objective is pretty easy. All you have to do is collect a van full of supplies and drive them back to the clubhouse. You will, however, get attacked along the way by 3 or 4 waves of enemies. You can either take them out on foot or just while you're driving. Either way, once you successfully resupply the bar, you'll get paid a little bit of money for your trouble. The payout is 20k in total, but you don't get it all at once, which is kind of annoying. Instead, you'll receive 5k per in-game day via the bag inside your clubhouse office. Overall, the side hustles aren't too bad, but the payouts are pretty minimal. To make the big bucks, you'll first need to buy yourself a business or two. There are 5 different business types in total, all of which have various locations scattered over the map. Generally speaking, you'll want to purchase businesses that are closest to your clubhouse to make access as easy as possible. So if you bought a clubhouse in Vinewood, stick with Vinewood. And the same for the Grand Sonora and Grapeseed area if you happen to buy a clubhouse up that way like I suggested. Once again, just avoid the Toledo Bay properties and you should be all good either way. In terms of what's most profitable, you can check out all of the details in this breakdown I've put together. Leading the charge is Coke, which will earn you a tidy 67.5k per hour in profit, then a bit of a drop down to the blue stuff at 44.4k per hour, which is then closely followed by cash, weed, and document forgery right down at the bottom. Really, the only ones I'd recommend going with are the top 3. Beyond that, it starts to get a bit lackluster, although weed may be worth considering if you already own a nightclub and plan on earning some extra money from the businesses that way. After you've made your selection and paid for it, you'll then want to set a waypoint to your new business and head over there to get things started. Once inside, you'll be given a short cutscene that explains a few of the basics, but eventually you'll get dropped inside the building, where if you come over to the computer, you can start the setup mission. All of the MC setup missions revolve around the same premise. You collect a car from what is usually the opposite end of the map, and then bring it back to the business. It's super easy and won't give you any trouble at all. You don't even come across enemies along the way. And if you do it in an invite-only lobby, there's literally no threat whatsoever. After the setup, it'll take a few minutes for your staff members to arrive. Once they do though, production will begin, and within a few hours, you'll be able to make the first sale. Before we get on to that though, you're going to want to consider buying some upgrades for the business, which can once again be accessed by the computer inside the factory. Equipment and staff upgrades are the highest priority. They will help you to use supplies more efficiently and yield a better quality product overall, earning you a lot more money in the process. The only optional extra here is the security upgrade, which helps you to prevent raids on your business that rob you of your hard-earned product and force you to set it up again. A lot of people don't bother, as raids aren't super common, especially if you're following the solo methods that I'll be showing you in this video. But if you've got the extra cash and want to lower your chances even further, then by all means go ahead. And after the setup mission, you will also notice that you now have a full bar of supplies, which will eventually be turned into product that you can sell. Once those supplies are depleted though, production will stop and you'll no longer be earning money. So once you've run out, you'll need to make sure you get some more. To do that, you'll want to head over to the computer again, where once you're on the supply tab, you'll be presented with two options: buy supplies or steal supplies. As long as you've got the upgrades that I've discussed before, buying supplies is definitely going to be the way to go. However, if you're low on funds and you absolutely have to, you can steal supplies instead. The process can be absolutely excruciating though, so do be warned. The missions can be very annoying and they're not especially new player friendly either. The only time I'd say it's kind of worth it is if you're playing with lots of other people in your motorcycle club. In that situation, you each collect a package of supplies, which will top up your business quite nicely. But by yourself, you'll have to claw your way through a 10 to 15 minute mission, all to get a measly 1 bar of supplies. Often even less than that, as it will likely use half a bar immediately after dropping it off to continue with the production. To save those kinds of headaches, I highly advise that you buy your supplies instead. Not only does it rescue you from having to do literally dozens of annoying resupply missions, but it also allows you to spend that time making better money elsewhere. 75k is next to nothing these days, and a full rack of supplies will be delivered to your business within 10 to 15 minutes of placing the order. You can then easily make that money back by simply doing payphone hits, bike deliveries, or hell, even basic VIP missions like Sightseer and Headhunter will get you there pretty quickly. Either way, from the moment you have a full bar of supplies, it will take around 2 hours for that to process into saleable product. Make sure you always select the long distance delivery option. It's the only way to maximise your profits and stay ahead of the curve. As long as you keep an eye on your stock levels and follow this guide, you won't ever have to worry about failing a sell mission. Up to around 1.5 bars of product will result in a 1 vehicle sale. Between that and 2.5 bars of product will result in a 2 vehicle sale, and anything above that will mean you have 3 or possibly even 4 vehicles to transport depending on the mission. 1 and 2 vehicle sales are very easy when playing solo, but 3+ vehicles can be quite difficult, or in some cases even impossible, especially if you're new to the game. The good news is though, there's an easy way to remember it. 1 full rack of supplies, which we bought earlier for 75k, will always result in a 1 or 2 vehicle sale such as this one. So as long as you only ever buy 1 round of supply for each of your businesses and then sell before getting more, you'll be set up for success every time. With a bit more experience, a number of the 3 vehicle sales can actually be completed solo as well. Things like planes, helicopters and boat sales can be done by yourself once you've had a bit of practice and you have access to a fast helicopter or an oppressor to transport yourself between delivery vehicles. The only 3 vehicle sales I'd say are a definite no-no, regardless of experience or equipment, are the post-op vans and trash trucks. They're just too slow and are pretty much impossible to deliver solo. If you're planning on risking it with the 3 vehicle solo sales and you happen to either get post-ops or trash trucks, don't worry too much. You do have the option of loading into a new session and re-rolling for a different mission. Make sure you set your spawn point to last location and then change into a new lobby. You will lose about half a bar of product, but in most situations that only amounts to 20 or 30k, which is far less than you lose from a failed sale. Once you load back in, just make your way back to the computer inside your business and start it up again, this time hoping for a different mission. A lot of people can't be bothered doing that, which is why I showed you how to guarantee a 1 or 2 vehicle sale. But if you want to wait that little bit longer and risk a bit of money, you certainly have the option to do it this way. Now, if you really want to risk it for the biscuit, there's also the opportunity for making a big bonus for every sale if you don't mind doing it in a public lobby instead of an invite only. I don't necessarily advise doing it this way, as the chance of someone blowing up your product and losing everything that you spent on supplies is quite high, but the payoff can be quite tempting to those that don't mind a bit of a challenge. For every person in the lobby, you will get an additional 2% of the overall sale price, up to a cap of 50%. On a big sale, that can mean the difference of several hundreds of thousands of dollars. But of course, you might lose it all as well. So for all of you gamblers and risk takers out there, this one could be for you. Another thing I want to go into a bit deeper are the raids that I spoke about earlier. They don't happen super often, but they can be quite a major setback if you're unprepared. They only happen once your business hits a certain threshold of product value. Once you hit that though, an invisible timer starts, and after that expires, you run the risk of being raided. The stock thresholds and timers on the left are for businesses that don't have security upgrades, and the figures on the right are for the ones that do. As you can see, it does significantly reduce your chances of having an unexpected visit from the police. However, if you decide to stick to 1 or 2 vehicle sales like I suggested earlier, you'll rarely hit the threshold long enough for a raid to even trigger. If you're unlucky and happen to get one though, you'll just have to make sure to approach it very carefully. If you die under any circumstances, you'll lose all of your product and have to set up the business again. For that reason, you'll want to either keep your distance by killing the enemies with a helicopter or something similar like I'm doing now, or if you want to get up close and personal, just make sure that you've got an armoured vehicle or plenty of cover before engaging. There's a variety of different raids possible, but most of them just require you to kill the enemies and then sometimes retrieve the product or your workers or something like that and return them to the business. Another thing worth mentioning is expenses. The clubhouse and all of the businesses you buy have maintenance fees. The more you own, the higher those costs will be, and they can actually get pretty expensive, especially for new players. You only get charged these fees when you're actively in a motorcycle club, but they come in once every in-game day or 48 minutes real time, which can be a bit of a hit to your back pocket. If you're a little bit strapped for cash and want to avoid them, it's actually very easy to do so. Before that 48-minute mark hits, all you have to do is change lobbies, like I showed you before, via the online tab in the main menu. Once you load into a new session, you won't be charged for another full in-game day, even if you've been playing for hours up until that point. When you start moving up in the world and own multiple MC businesses, managing all of their stock levels can become quite an annoying task. Fortunately, there is a better way though. Introducing the Master Control Terminal, your one-stop shop for all things business management. With this at your fingertips, you can purchase supplies, launch sale missions, and manage almost every business in the game from this one location. Unfortunately, it does come at a steep price. To even get access to it, you'll first need to purchase an arcade from the Maze Bank Foreclosures website, where we bought the clubhouse from. Once you bought the arcade, you then have to buy the Master Control Terminal as an additional extra via the computer inside the office. At $1.7 million, it's quite an expensive price to pay strictly for convenience. But my God, does it ever make things easier, and it's definitely worth considering once you've got more money stashed away. One of the best ways of earning money through your MC businesses is actually with the nightclub. Once you've connected them up with an assigned technician, they will start to passively accrue product down here in the warehouse. In order to cash in on this top-notch moneymaker, you will of course need to buy a nightclub property. If you've been on my channel a while, you probably already have one, as I've been recommending them for some time now. If not though, you'll once again want to go over to Maze Bank Foreclosures and select nightclubs. Location will depend entirely on the business setup in this neck of the woods, but if you're really struggling, I often advise people to go with the one at Mission Road. None of the upgrades are really necessary at this point. The only one you'll want to consider is adding extra floors to the storage in your warehouse. Yes, they are quite expensive, but they allow you to store more product, which ultimately means less sale missions and more money. But if you can't afford them right now, you can upgrade later and still make a bit of cash from the warehouse while you wait. You'll just have to check it regularly and do a few extra sales because of the reduced capacity. Once you purchase the nightclub and set it up, you'll want to make your way over to the property and into the office, where you'll need to log on to the computer. To start making extra money on your MC businesses, you'll need to come down to warehouse management, which will present you with this screen. Here you can assign technicians to passively collect product from your MC businesses and any other relevant operations such as the bunker. The first technician is free, but the rest of them you have to pay for. They get increasingly more expensive as you go along, but once again you don't have to buy them all at once. You can stick with just one or two at first and then upgrade later. Ultimately, don't hire more technicians than you've got available businesses. Anything with a padlock symbol next to it means you don't own it yet. So only get techs for the ones that you've already purchased. Once they've been assigned, you just have to sit back, relax, and wait for the money to roll in. It does take quite a while for the product to collect, but it requires next to no effort and can be a great source of income. To increase productivity and value, you do also have the option of upgrades. In terms of the warehouse though, the only thing you need to worry about is the equipment upgrade. But the staff upgrade can be quite useful as well for the other passive money method that the nightclub offers, for which I'll link a guide in the description below. And again, I'd say the security upgrade is your choice. The nightclub can be raided just like all of the other businesses, and it reduces the chance, much the same as I showed you before. You can sell all of your stock off at once, or you can sell off specific shipments and special orders for a bit of a bonus. But generally, I just like to wait for it to fill up to a decent level and then sell everything. When you hit that, you'll be ejected out of the nightclub and sale mission will begin. Quite a variety can spawn, but fortunately they can all easily be completed solo without any problems. Later on, when you've got maxed out storage and are making big sales like this one, you'll have to buy the relevant delivery vehicle. But for smaller sales, the game provides everything you need, so you shouldn't need to worry about that for some time. And it's also worth noting that this product that we're selling now is completely separate from your normal MC sales. You continue to make money from those exactly like I showed you before, but on top of that you also get this additional revenue stream from your MC businesses interacting with the nightclub. It's super OP and one of the best forms of passive money around. It basically means you're getting two forms of income for every business you own. Pretty dope honestly, and definitely worth working towards. But yeah, that's pretty much a wrap for today, folks. I plan on doing a dedicated nightclub guide in the coming weeks, where I'll expand on some of the stuff I covered today, so definitely stay tuned for that. If you found this video useful though, please help it to be seen by more people by tapping the thumbs up button down below. And if you're new to the content, definitely think about subscribing as well. We're a Rockstar Games exclusive channel where I provide top-notch news and guides for all things GTA Online. Until we meet again, you bunch of legends, I am Red Nitrate, and I'll catch you on the next one.
So I made a mistake today. I played GTA Online. No, I'm only joking. That wasn't exactly the mistake. The mistake was what I did when I started playing. I've sort of been neglecting a lot of my businesses for a while in GTA Online, particularly things like my bunker and my MC businesses, and all of those were pretty much full on stock, so today I decided to sell them. Now, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure I've made at least $5 million in most of the MC businesses, except for document forgery, because that's a conversation for another time. Anyway, but what I'm saying is I think I've played enough with these businesses to have a pretty strong opinion on them. Now, if you were unaware, all of the MC businesses actually got a 25% pay increase earlier this year. On top of that, we also had changes to the MC Clubhouse in GTA Online. All of them were pretty good changes. But somehow, when selling these businesses today, I ran into some of the most mind-numbing, boring gameplay I have ever experienced in any game ever. And today I'm going to rant about this and explain why this is something that Rockstar needs to change ASAP. I don't even really know where to start, so I'm just going to dive into what I'm most angry at this point. In the middle of 2022, Rockstar changed the way you can sell business stock in GTA Online. Basically, you can now do it in an invite-only session. The reason for that is because if you do it in a public lobby, you're going to get griefed. I don't even really think that's like a question anymore. You're going to get griefed most of the time. The
The main reason for that is because Rockstar broadcasts your entire business stock's location to the entire lobby, and with the MC business cell missions, you have absolutely no way to defend yourself. What do I mean by that? What I mean is Rockstar puts you in some of the slowest, well actually not even some of, just the slowest vehicles in the entire game. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about garbage trucks, post-op delivery vans, seaplanes, which are incredibly slow, like they're slower than most cars, and then they expect you to go all the way across the map and sell these, with absolutely no way to protect yourself because these vehicles are slow, they don't have armor, they don't have countermeasures, and they most certainly don't have weapons. That leaves Oppressor Mark II griefers, basically any griefer with any lock-on type of missile, well, they're going to have absolutely no issue taking you out, like none. So what that means now is if you want to sell these businesses, you have to do it in an invite-only session, basically, unless you have like 3 friends with Oppressor Mark IIs to protect you. So that's where we were in the middle of this year. And overall, the change to letting us sell these businesses in invite-only sessions is a really good thing. But this means that one of the issues with these businesses is now more prevalent than ever. What is it? These are the most boring, mind-numbing missions in any game I have ever played, like I said at the start of the video. Why are these boring? Look at this. I have to fly this buzzard helicopter to these 5 spots around the map. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. I have to make 15 delivery drops. The reality is most GTA Online players are playing solo nowadays, so they have to do all of these themselves. And even if you have friends to help you, good luck convincing them to help you because they're going to get pretty much nothing for helping you. So that's where we are. We have to deliver these 15 drops in 3 different helicopters in 30 minutes. And obviously this is completely doable. I think I did this with like 13 minutes left, so it took about 17 minutes with the helicopters. But after doing this with one business, successfully selling it, and then trying to sell my other business that had pretty much the exact same amount of stock, I got basically the exact same sell mission, just with planes. So I said, well, screw my life, but anyway, I'll give this a go. And the game wanted me to drive around the entire map to deliver the first 5 drops. So I did that, flew my plane all the way back to the other plane so I could start the second delivery, and that had already taken me 11 minutes. So these 3 deliveries were essentially going to take up that full half an hour. Right now you're seeing what exactly that gameplay looks like. Nothing is happening. Genuinely, like completely nothing is happening. You are just flying one of the slowest planes in the game around the map. That's it. Just around the map, doing nothing, just flying to these 5 points. This is wrong for so many reasons. Before I even get into the money side of things, which I will get to, the fact that it is incredibly boring is the most important thing. What makes this even worse is way back in 2018 with the After Hours update, Rockstar introduced the nightclub business. With the nightclub, no matter how much stock you have, that will only be in 1 delivery vehicle. So you can genuinely sell $1.5 million worth of product, and it's just going to be in the 1 truck. The sell mission is going to take you about 5 to 10 minutes, plus you get to drive around this pretty sick truck that you get to customize yourself while doing it. So 4 years ago, Rockstar knew the solution to this problem. It was make it in 1 cell vehicle and let the player customize that cell vehicle to make it their own. The nightclub has 3 cell vehicles you can customize, the Speedo van, the Mule Custom, and the Pounder Custom, all used for different size deliveries. You can also spend money adding armor plates, adding weapons, adding countermeasures to these vehicles to make it harder for you to be griefed, and just to make the missions more enjoyable. Yet 4 years later, after that update came out, still with the MC businesses were tasked with flying 3 of the slowest vehicles around the map, doing absolutely nothing, and if it's not them, we're essentially delivery men or garbage men with the post-op delivery missions and garbage truck delivery missions. Genuinely some of the most boring gameplay ever. This is so incredibly frustrating because the solution seems so simple. Either make it so that we only ever get 1 cell vehicle, or give us an option to buy our own cell vehicles or at least upgrade the existing ones. For example, when we enter an MC business, it could quite easily say, here are all the possible cell vehicles. You've got your plane, you've got your helicopter, your garbage truck, post-op, etc. On that screen, we should potentially have the option to upgrade the capacity that these vehicles can hold so that we only need 1 of them. That really is just the easiest solution. Of course, the best solution would all of these cell missions because they're really boring and completely overhaul how the business works, but I don't expect Rockstar to do that. That's a lot of work for something that they really don't need to do. It's 2022, Rockstar. It's time to at least bring the MC businesses in line with the nightclub so that this isn't incredibly boring. Let's get into the money side of things. During this plane cell mission that I spoke about, after I delivered that first one, I actually just blew up the second two planes. I essentially cost myself about $260,000 by blowing those up, but I genuinely can't describe how bored I was, so that was the best option. So here's what I decided to do instead. Instead of using those last 20 minutes to sell these incredibly boring sales, I said to myself, what else can I do in the next 20 minutes to make the same amount of money in a much more fun way? First thing I did was the Union Depository contract in my auto shop. Funnily enough, this took basically 20 minutes. I think it was 21 or 22 minutes, and I got $270,000. In the Union Depository contract, here's what happens. You break into an apartment, take out a bunch of guys, root one of them for his keys to his car, steal the car, stash it in a hidden location. You then fly down to the airport, steal a police helicopter, scan for one of the bank workers' cars, follow his car in the police helicopter back to a hotel, take a photo of him, and it's finale time. In the finale, we break into the Union Depository, steal some gold, and fight our way out in a 5-star cop chase. Cops chase us across basically the entire map in a pretty intense chase, and then the mission is over. $270,000. Which would you rather do with your time? Flying slow planes slowly all the way around the map, doing absolutely nothing else, or would you like to do the contract that I just described? I think I know what the answer is. So I gave myself another 20 minutes, saying, well, if I wasn't doing this, what else could I do to make a similar amount of money? So I did a payphone hit, stole a taxi, drove someone into the ocean, started up a security contract, drove down to the airport, broke into a hangar and stole one of the fastest motorbikes in the game, did a quick headhunter, and then did yet another payphone hit after the 20-minute timer had expired. That took about 25 minutes and got me about $250,000. Which one sounds more fun to you, that or the slow plane cell mission? Let's also keep in mind that with these cell missions, it's not all profit, because in order to fill up your MC businesses, you need to resupply it 2 or 3 times, which is going to cost you at least $150,000. So really, only about 2/3-ish of that money is actual profit. And I don't know about you, but I am most certainly not going to be doing any more MC cell missions in the foreseeable future. And I didn't even mention the fact that you could use that time doing something like the Cayo Perico Heights, which is going to give you $1.5 million in about 50 minutes. The writing is on the wall. Even though these businesses got a buff, they are still completely outdated in terms of gameplay, and surprisingly still kind of outdated in terms of profit. Rockstar, it's time to give them an overhaul. Anyway, I know I don't really do that much on this channel, but this is just something that's particularly
memory created account. What is this? The bomb.
This is new, right?
Yeah, there you go. Okay. So this is the new thing. We get $4 million to start out with. Congratulations, you've been awarded $4 million to kickstart your first criminal career in deal. Thank you, thank you. So I don't know exactly what is the best, but I mean, obviously, I am a GTA Online YouTuber, so I should know kind of what's the best in general. Now, I hate starting up like an MC business in general, but like that's probably like the best like businesses. The nightclub owners, the nightclub owner is not as good without all the other businesses. Gun runner, well, it takes a little bit to do. An executive takes a little bit to do. I don't know. I think the best shooter, gun runner, and biker, in my opinion, actually, biker is the best one.
Now she looks pretty, but not in like a girly way.
I don't think I need a custom bike workshop, in my opinion, for this account. I mean, maybe we'll work to get it one day, but yeah, I don't think we can pay one with the maybe you get a Apple one plus the update, like 5,000. I mean, I think I want everything in the city though. That's the thing. I think I would have the best Gucci one on my main account, so I feel like I'll just do that. I'm very used to it. We'll do the best Gucci. So there's the 3,600,000, and now a Coca-Cola one. Coca-Cola. Yeah, okay. So I want everything to be worked in the city. It's better. I only have 1.3 million, so I guess I'm gonna do a better deal. Alright, so this is our guy. This is our guy. Really doesn't resemble anyone that I know of. Okay. Oh, yeah, there we go. Take a picture. There we go. Right, we did it at the police station. Here we are. Why did you put copy? Wait a minute, did they automatically put on the new fidelity? No, hold on. How do I change that? Yeah, they put on the new fidelity. Like, no, we don't care. We don't want that's hilarious. Oh, that's so complicated. That's mechanic. Wait, what? Oh, wait, why are you shooting at me? I ran, like, right in front of you. You didn't even recognize me, idiot. Okay, so you're gonna suspect a carbine and you die.
for like 20 years. This the 21st of December.
Oh,
It's
no,
not
avoid North
actually
Rockford
23
Drive.
yet. So today is the last day, though, that the Drug Wars DLC missions are going to be double money and RP. So I'm actually going to take this opportunity to do that now, spend a little bit of money. Oh, sweet. I've been gifted a 10-car apartment,
Check
too.
out the
And
new
then, yeah,
vehicle on
that's
the
pretty much
podium.
enough,
You
right?
could win
Okay,
it
so
with
I
just
can literally
spin on the
start
lucky
hiding
wheel.
from the get-go. That's
Okay,
good. That's good.
time
We can
for
potentially do a
another
heist.
dare.
Because we have a lot of options, I think, as a low level to make some money. We have a decent, not a lot, but we have a decent amount of options. Alright, so I made it to where we're on the money. So now we are going to the first mission, which is double money in our feet. Usually, I don't
Just
think
one
I'm
more
buying
minute.
it.
Reservations
I think
members of your
takes
VIP
away over
club.
half of my
The
bank account.
valet can whisk
Probably
you
not
and
going to
your
take too
friends
much
to
of the
any
mission.
place
The
in
party's
town.
not going but we're just going to see how this goes. Unfortunately, I can't skip it though, so watch it. Alright, there we go. We passed the first dose mission. 30K from it. See, the money's whatever for this, but we're looking more for just unlocking the ability to purchase the free shop at this point, while making a little bit of change here and there. I also forgot, we actually get 50K from that too, just for doing it. That's actually huge. Now we have like 80K. Alright, there you go. The second first dose mission has been passed to get off. 21,000 for that one. The first one I got like 30,000, but whatever. We still get that 50K bonus. Alright, so it's been a few days, and now there's snow on the ground in GTA Online, and Rockstar gifted me a lot of different things for free, which is kind of amazing. I really didn't pay too much attention to this on my main account, but on this account, it's huge. So we gotta do that. Alright, so I'm gonna get back to the free shop. I mean, it's a new week, so the first dose missions, if you're not double money in RP, I should still get the 50,000 bonus for doing it. So that is what I'm going for right now. Alright, there we go. This mission took me 2 days to complete on this low level account. But anyway, we finally got it done. Let's move on to the next one. There we go. We survived the trip. Got $10,000 for that. That's obviously a lot easier. We have 2 more missions to go. Holy crap, I got the gooch on here. Get up, get up, get up, get up. We're getting the gooch. Holy crap, I was not expecting the gooch at all. I literally just spawned in. Okay, well, here's the gooch, I guess. We dropped the present. I got 46,000 for that and the gooch mask. I might actually wear that. Hold on. I literally just spawned into that after. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Alright, there you go. There's the gooch mask. Yeah, I'll wear it. I'll wear it. Alright, there we go. One more minute. That's stupid. This became 6x6 into the active lab so we can make some money out of it. Before we end up this video, I'm going to go back to the weapon shop. I'm going to get a weapon and I'm going to look at some upgrades for my It is 2023, and we are making a starting out at a level 1 AG. What I am going to do in order to make money.
Yeah. Okay. They know I'm here, clearly. So, okay, I got that laser. I have a wanted level now. I got the second laser. Is this one taking off? What is this one doing? It has to be taking off, right? Yeah, it's taking off. Okay. I think that one easy. Alright, now what? Steal the cargo box. It's this mission. Oh, wait, this mission I think is stupid. I have no idea I'm gonna do this. Okay. Okay. We're dead. Yeah, just get into the cargo box, right? Okay, we're dead. Alright, made it back. That jet is down.
Let's wet it, please.
That jet is down. With this jet, I can turn my, I can just lock on, turn around, and now that one's dead. Now I gotta clear out a path. I think that is gonna be the best way to do this. Well, I have to clear a path, like a reasonable path. We need to get into the cargo box. Oh wait, I need to smash. Damn smash. Okay, we got a cargo box. Here you go. Dude, I'm getting lit up. Dude, it's smoking. Holy crap, this is smoking. How am I supposed to get out of here? They're gonna keep shooting. Good lord. I just gotta see if I can make it all the way to Sandy Shores Airfield. Yeah, I successfully got into the cargo box. But then the military and all of their military weapons just come. Steal a van and bring it back. Well, let's just go. Let's go steal a van. How about that? Alright, so we're kind of close to a van. You know, I'm going to do this legitimately. I'm just going to spice it up a little bit. Hold on. A lot of people will say that. We're going hard, too. Okay, yeah. I won't die. Alright, we're going to do this flawless. Oh, never mind. I wasn't flawless. I died. Everyone? This is embarrassing. Anyway. We're going to get into the van, and we're going to deliver it to the trailer, and that should be it. Okay, that one was a little better than the last one, but I still think the first one was the best one as far as, like, actual, like, gameplay.
have like an extra $4,000 for this one. Alright, we're gonna do one more. Alright, we're doing another broad mission. This mission is timed for the highest rank you have in order to play. Now, you have to be a level 55 to do this one. So there's another mission that you have to be level 55 in order to do, but that would need at least 4 people. I mean, you're going to gather 4 people, but there's no way. What loser wants to do this? No one. I don't think I can get one of them. What's like 3 of them? What's all landing here? Now we're pretty much the same premise. Instead of just delivering one thing, you deliver 3 things. But yeah, we're not doing that one in this video because no one's going to do it. So we're going to do another one. We're going to do the other one. I can do it. Good Lord. Okay, so we're going to do story for people. I'm going to do this right one. And I'm what? Okay, okay. That was so unnecessary. That was all of these. So much. Oh, okay. Whoa. Alright. Okay, pretty much. Do it, everyone. Now we're going to get the boat, and I don't know what else to do now. We're going to have to do the boat. I don't know what we're going to do. I have a feeling we're going to do it down the road, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. So I have to suck down the boat, and yeah, we have to do the boat to the methodology. Okay. I take that boat to the right thing and just put this boat down on the what other way? Come on. What other way? What is the wrong way? Oh, I guess I could go this way. Just a good over, but yeah. Okay. Well, I'm so sorry. I apologize. You're down wrong. Ron knows what he's doing. Alright, right. Canyon, here I come. Which way should we go, right or left? I mean, I would always go right and always right too. No way. Alright, and I have to deliver to the methodology. Oh, there's more. I thought that was good. Okay, just take out the lock. Oh, good. Good thing about it. We're talking in my hand. Ready to go. No way. Oh, driver and Ron. And I started fixing the Ron. Wow, that was weird. I have to steal a boat and then go all the way back to Washington DC. And then you do that all over. That is beautiful. That is fun to be in. Holy. You see that? Where? I really don't know that long. I'm sure it's up. And it's time to drive to the methodology lab. Alright, so I made it back to the methodology. Now, we have the watch again. Okay, where are you going already? Here. No. Oh my god. Why did you stay here? Oh, what is up? So this, how does that make sense? We get all the piers and we jump off the piers? Wait, I gotta go on. No way. They literally just, look at you, Jerry. Alright, how about that? One more. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, look at that. Okay, wow, that got me 29,000. Yeah, that was probably the unforgiving and the full of activity. By the way, I think we made none of it for because of all the videos. I
So welcome to Loser to Luxury, and without further ado, let's just jump into it. So to catch you up on last episode, I started out as a level 1 and created my character. I did all the introduction missions, and then I did the first dose missions in UGA Online just to kind of get me started. And right now, I have $508,000 in my bank account. Now, I really didn't show me doing the first dose mission too much, and I think a lot of people got frustrated with that. I'll just sum it up really quickly. It took me, I think, like 3 to 4 hours or something like that to do all the first dose missions. It was a complete struggle. Some of them were not bad at all. I could do pretty easily. And then just some of them, like the third one and the final one, off the rails. Those were the two toughest ones. So I had to do like 3 separate recording sessions just to finish that up. That is not expecting that at all. But anyway, from here on out, I'm going to show you everything that I do in order to make money for that episode. I think some people are confused by this series. This is not a normal starting from level 1 series in GTA Online. What most people do, it is not just one YouTuber, by the way, it is a ton of people do this. The YouTubers that do starting from level 1 series, they try to do it the most optimal way possible. We're not going to do the most optimal way to make money in GTA Online. The wheel that I've created right here is going to determine exactly how we're going to make money. When you have money, you need to spend it on something. And we need a goal to work towards to spend our money on. And I have 2 different wheels right here that we're going to alternate between in future episodes. I'm going to show you first this wheel right here, which this wheel is the Wheel of Luxury. Now, all of these items on the Wheel of Luxury are items that pretty much are not going to give me that much return on investment.
You about to make some paper.
But truthfully, request custom power, buy a train a minimum of $1 million, a
The dude is putting this thing together.
original height, fully jump into the PA, destroy 25 snowmen and sing again. There's only powerful for this episode because snow is going to melt. After this episode, flexing the mirror, loving organic collectibles, playing guns, everything is easy. And to clubhouse contracts. And it's right here. The bottom of the jackpot of this wheel is free to do whatever. But Fall Guys determined. If I land on this wheel, I'll start out with 15 minutes. I'm going to play one match of Fall Guys. Every round I qualify, I get an extra 15 minutes. So, get Fall Guys for the first round. Second round, I get 15 minutes. That's a good one. It's not the best, but man, that's a pretty good one. We get the agency. Wow. Okay. Great to work for flying and agency. Let's just look at our options really quick for the agency. I don't see. Oh, you know executive? I didn't know executive. Okay. Good. This is probably one of the more expensive ones on this list, but That's okay. And this one, Little Soul, is going to be the cheapest. It is going to be for a minimum of $2,010,000. Vehicle workshop, though, this one's kind of important. Oh, good lord. No, we're not going to do vehicle workshop. We're going to get this base right here. So essentially, we're going to work towards $2,010,000. Okay, so. One of the best money-making methods we have, and there's multiple money-making methods. There's like 3 different money-making methods from the agency. That's actually really, really good. It's going to give us a lot of options. But first, we need to get money. So here I am, we're making money. Let's just spin this wheel. What is it going to spin in? What are we going to get? Okay. This is probably one of the best things to do as an urban level, but it's not going to give us enough to get the agency. And if you don't know much about the double action revolver, there's like a little scavenger hunt like the Red Dead Redemption 2. So once you do get the double action revolver, you can do an objective to get an extra like $250,000, I think it is. So that's what we're going to do. And this is only a one-time spin. Once you do this, it's going to be taken off the wheel. Can't do this. No, I'm not going to need to start before I really jump into it. I'm going to do everything in a public setting. I'm going to take the easy route for this. Holy crap, there's a guy going here. Okay. Alright, whatever. So a guy doing my vehicle. Alright, so in order to the roll, I'm trying to cheat here. In order to start this up, we need to get this email right here from Vander Lynn titled Treasure. Now we need to go here. We need to reveal the location of the treasure. And where is this location? Oh, good. Good, Mount Chiliad. That is fantastic. Alright, so I got a little bit of hike to do. See you when I get to Mount Chiliad. I can't get off this part of the mountain. No, you're not going off the mountain. No. Oh my god. The title of this video is 11-1 Soccer on Mount Chiliad. Good lord. Honestly, I did not think I was going to speak until I got to this mountain. But I didn't think it was going to be tough in the backyard. I'm an off-roading really on this too. No, up the mountain. Going down. Not a good idea. No. The real thing said I was going to do it, so am I good now? Come on. Night shark. Come on. Good. Okay. Right. Where is the location? That is another thing. It's not actually the top of the mountain. It's side of the
Hope you've been rocking those.
No. Hold on. Okay. All I see It's just steep mountain. Oh, good lord. Oh, yeah, we're going down. Oh, yeah, we're dead. Ow. Oh, no way. No way. There's multiple locations, and I think I got the worst one. Where am I supposed to find it on the edge of a cliff? I just dropped my controller. Dude, how am I going to look this up now? There's 20 different locations, and this is going to be tough. I'm so lost. I am really just lost right now. Even looking this up is like confusing. I tried to look up something, and it said it was on top of the mountain. If it's on top of the mountain, that is so frustrating. Okay, yeah, we're dead. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna go down to the base of the mountain. Alright, I finally made it to the base of the mountain. Now I just gotta get a helicopter. And fly Wow, that's intense. Wow. Which 2 out of 3 clues discovered? I need to investigate one more clue. Oh my god, that is so far away. Oh lord. Well, let's have a hike. Let's do a hike. Alright, I'm into the area and I need to start this. Dude, oh, why does it have to be on tabletop on this mountain? Dude, it doesn't help when there's a pool near me. I'm so lost. It's not this way. It's closer to the base of the mountain. But I don't know if it's actually at the base of the mountain. I just missed it the first time. Dude, I can't listen with that freaking crap in my ear. It's like loud though. Oh my god, 3 clues discovered. The final location of the treasure has been revealed. Go there to unlock the chest and collect your reward. Ooh. Drive some more. Whatever, it's fine. I've made it close to the treasure. Oh my god, there is a dead body. Okay. Dead body. Oh, 2 dead bodies. It's a cat. Here we go. Oh wow, look at chest. Open. What? Double action revolver. What? Oh yeah, we're just holding it in the air, invisibly. Now that's the last revolver. Okay, cool. It is confirmed that I have to get like 10 shots. Yeah. Double action revolver to unlock GTA, flammable water, and exclusive variation of revolver, and then so I gotta get a 10 shot, and I'm gonna make my way into the here. One time, it's a shot. Oh, you want to stare? You give me a bad look. You give me a bad look. Both of you. Come on. Oh my god, I missed. That's one. Two.
You done? Guess the bike is yours to play with. Perks of the job. If you want, you can just bring it back to the club. Should be able to get a little something for that. What you think? Cool. Now get it back and let's get this money.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to do. Dude, I still was able to have a bounty. Dude, so I mean, I'm pretty much going to end this episode like very, very soon. But I might carry on to the next episode. Some guy like run after me. Why for today and all the work in this thing? Total of $780,000 along with 2 pistols, a double action revolver, and a WM-29 pistol. It's a decent start, and we can see that I just need to. I need to just. What in the world did I just? What in the world? How did I destroy a trailer? I just backed up into a barrier. Okay, so the Gerald missions were really easy. The Martin Madrazo missions, very easy. The Trevor missions, a little bit more challenging. I'll give it to Trevor. What other
We're done.
are there? Dude, I need to eat some snacks. Thank God I was aware that time. Alright, I'm pretty sure I cleared out everybody except this guy. So that one shot. Get into this baller right here. We are gonna back up into this trailer for Trevor's deal, and now we're gonna go to the boatyard. Oh my god, I just realized I have a timer. I need to get there in like 2 minutes. How about that timer expired when I picked up the trailer? Oh, no, no, no. Good lord. How am I gonna get there in time? I honestly might not get there in time, and I might have to do this all over again. Dude, this is gonna come down to the wire. It's less than 20 seconds, and I am like, I don't know, a third of the way there. Oh no, there's a tail that's gonna ruin all my momentum. I'm not making it in time. Oh, I made. Oh, and I destroyed the trailer in the process. Never mind. I just trying to run right through. God dang. Alright. This time I worked with a little more urgency. There's one guy left, and I'm just gonna ignore that guy. I now have like 4 minutes of time to work with to deliver this. Hopefully this will work. I don't know though, but I don't know. Let's see how this goes. Let's take it to the boatyard. Dude, what is that car doing? That car literally just flipped over. Anyways, we have just made it to the boatyard. There we go. Protect. Oh, these cars! God, that was already a lot.
Hello, hello.
And there we go. I've taken out everyone. I gotta get the buyer. Why is the buyer all the way over here?
Okay, gonna cost a little. I know someone who has what we need.
There we go. They just passed. That was actually kind of difficult, but whatever. Alright, so now we're going to do the mission chopper trail. Now we have to get to the vantage point, and I think we're intercepting something from some top. So let's just go do that. Alright, so we made it to the vantage point. We have to get into a dune buggy. Rip my oppressor. So now we're just to follow a helicopter.
Who'd have thought I'd get to meet a president?
Where is there a helicopter? Oh, here it is. Oh, okay, finally the helicopter stopped. So, why is this helicopter stopping? Okay, I see what's going on here. There's some policemen over here. I feel like I'm gonna get shot. I'm definitely gonna get shot if I go in there. Protect the mythology lab. Oh, great, I will be equipment.
Kill everyone in a violent
Let's try that again. Hopefully you're not the follow helicopter. I do not want to do that. Trevor,
Ain't you got the
why
presidential
do I
stuff
have
to be taken care
follow
of?
the helicopter again? Oh my god, I don't actually need to do much. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna cheese the heck out of this. I'm just gonna go to my oppressor right here. Alright, so I beat the helicopter. What if I just annoy them, you know? What if I'm just like... they still want me to follow the helicopter, but yeah, I'm just gonna start shooting. I took out all those guys. I gotta retrieve the equipment. What equipment? Oh, they're in here. Oh, okay, now I just gotta go to trailer. Okay, well, shit. I just delivered the Trevor's trailer. Alright, there we go. Mission passed. Thank you, Trevor. Alright, so now we're going to do one more, and it's going to be the mission that requires the highest level in order for you to play. So now we're doing the mission that requires the highest level in order to start this up, called Diamonds Are for Trevor. So now we got to go steal some diamonds. Alright, so now I'm going to steal the diamonds. How are we going to do this? Just start out by just shooting some people, I guess. Let's go. Is that everyone? Oh, no, that's not everyone. Is that everyone now? Please do not tell me that's all. Oh my god! It wasn't everyone. It wasn't everyone. It really was not everyone. There's a guy who's right. Alright, so now we have to take this diamond. Oh, we can take the diamond to the jetty. What is the jetty? Alright, so we made it to the Encouraging words. Oh my god, I died. Oh my god. Dude, do I have to do that all over again? I gotta steal a diamond all over again. Yeah, these missions are ruthless. They're like, sure, I'm just gonna take the diamonds and... Oh, wait. I don't even need to get into this vehicle. Oh, I was being stupid. I didn't have to kill in that vehicle. Oh, okay, well, this is where my oppressor comes into play, and I will just go across the block. What if I can hit that shot? Oh, dude, I can hit that. Give me a second. Hold on. I can hit that. Oh, I got it. Let's go. What a shot. Please. Oh, wait. Oh, the drop-off's right here. Oh, that is a longer trip to the drop-off, but I really don't. It's just I think it's it. There we go. Mission passed. Well, that was me playing the Trevor missions in GTA Online. Make sure you check out this video right here if you want to see me doing the first job I've been invited to in GTA Online.
Now this thing ain't no regular ass mod shop. The dude who makes them does it all on the side. Right there in the garage under his house. Check around inside the elevators, and you know he
Sax is in the pit. You all good? Still cold?
Good. Shit.
yours to play with. Perks of the job. If you want, you can just bring it back to the club. Should be able to get a little something for that. What you think? Cool. Now get it